Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the webinar. We are going to go over the new QA flags and the bug tracking in Spotlight, a new feature that we are very, very excited about. So, well, first thing, I need to change my status. And I'm going to change my status to in a webinar. I am busy. And we'll be into this webinar until, let's say, 11 a.m. I'm going to call this a meeting. Okay, fantastic. So let's go over the new QA flags and bug tracking in Spotlight. And let me just give you a bit of history about how we arrived at our bug tracking and our QA flags. So first of all, during a sprint, you're going to be adding new features. You're going to be adding improvements to existing features. You're going to be fixing bugs, and you're going to be adding other tasks as well. Everything happens within a sprint. It's rare to have a sprint where you only do features or only bug fixes. Usually you're doing a little bit of everything during a sprint. And we feel that all actionable items for a sprint should be visible in one area. We say this because it's easier and more efficient to manage when you can see the big picture, which we're looking at right now, as well as filters on specific. So for instance, we can see the big picture for this sprint is 622 estimated hours with 511 actual hours. Everything is here all at once. I see tasks, I see bugs, I see improvements. Features are also here as well. And you can and you can change a task type to a task, a bug, a feature, or an improvement. And all the types are listed at once. Now if I want to drill down and just see the bugs for this sprint, I can see that we have 55 hours of bugs, 41.98, 42 hours of bugs have already been completed. How about features for this sprint? 16 hours of new features, 13 are completed. How about improvements to existing features? Okay. And how about just tasks in general? So I can drill down and see all the different types. Again, if I want to see everything all at once, I can see the overall view. But having the type flag in here, task, bug, feature, and improvement, I can see the big picture, what everybody is working on, as well as the granular picture as well to see where we are. So that's types, and I want to move on to the QA status now. We want to make QA a first-class citizen. QA should always be a first-class citizen. Let me go over a story that happened many years back when I used to work as a VP of product development at a company in Phoenix. It was a time where we had to do some attrition. And we decided that part of the attrition, we would let the QA staff go and do the testing ourselves. Very, very bad mistake. It turned out that our next product release was very, very buggy. So what did we do? We bought back some QA, put the QA on it, then release after that was one of the most stable releases we've ever had. And since then, this company's product has been known as a rock-solid product where bugs are extremely hard to find. And it's because we've made QA a first-class citizen. So how do we make QA a first-class citizen in Spotlight? First of all, when creating a new task, you have the ability now to assign a tester in advance. The reason why you want to assign a tester in advance is that QA is now aware of what's coming down the pike. So if QA knows that a certain bug or feature or improvement is coming down the pike in a couple of days or a couple of weeks, they're prepared to test for it and they know what's coming. They're not blindsided. So we do highly recommend that you assign a QA tester as soon as you create a new task, bug, feature, or improvement. Now, looking at the new QA flags, you'll see some are red, some are green. Let's discuss what these QA flags mean. When a task is set to completed, QA flags will display. Notice that there are no QA flags on tasks that are not started, tasks that are in progress, and any tasks that are paused don't have any QA flags. QA flags are only on display on tasks, bugs, features, or improvements that are marked completed, and they display as red, signifying that the task, bug, feature, or improvement is ready for QA. Once it's ready for QA, the QA tester, in this case it's Kristen Simmons, will come in and mark the QA flag yellow. Yellow means that it's currently being QA'd. Now, also, this is very important, the system will begin recording time for Kristen testing this task. So it is 10:11 a.m. where I am right now. The system is currently recording the time for Kristen QAing this task over here. Once completed, once it passed QA, Kristen can then mark the task as approved and green, or if the task is not approved, she can flip it back open to reopen. Notice the QA flags will go away, and the task is now reopened, and Norman will get an alert that his task has been reopened. Presumably, Kristen will go into the task and leave a comment as to why it's reopened. And we feel that the QA flags, actually let's go ahead and mark this as completed again. We feel that the QA flags are a very easy way to quickly see the progress of all the tasks. So let's say I want to do a filter on everything that has been completed. After all, that's where the QA flags are set on. So I can see out of all the completed tasks, I can see that there are still several that need to be QA'd, and still several that are in progress, and several that are already tested and approved. So I can quickly scan down and get an idea of where we are with all of the QA testing. We feel that's a very, very efficient way to manage QA, keep QA as a first-class citizen, and stay involved with everything going on at the development level. Well, I like to keep these webinars short. I like to keep them to the point. Everybody has very, very busy days, and as always, the webinar will be posted on our website for further review. And again, we try to keep them very short, 10-15 minutes, and followed by a round of Q&A. And I'm going to open it up to Q&A right now. If you have any questions, please go ahead and type it in the questions area, and I'll go ahead and get them answered. Other than that, okay, I see a question right now about marking a QA flag as yellow. And yes, it does track time, and the time tracking works exactly the same as the time tracking on the status updates. If you mark a QA flag as yellow and your status is away or offline, it will not track the time. If you mark a QA flag as yellow and your status is busy or available, then yes, it will track the time. Of course, it will track the time for the person who is assigned as a tester to the task. Alrighty. And another question? No comment. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we feel that the integrated approach is quick, easy, to the point, and just gets the job done. Alrighty. Thank you very much for attending the webinar. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.